Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday night team hangout. This is going to be our Simple Freedom Inner Circle hangout we're going on tonight. Want to welcome you guys. It's been a little bit of time since we've talked before, but I want to kind of get you acclimated to what's going on with our business within Wake Up Now. We've got a couple panelists tonight. We've got actually a few folks that we haven't had on our hangout before, but I want to kind of give you a little bit of update as to what this is all about, what we're going to be covering tonight before I introduce them on the line tonight, or on our hangout, I should say. But once again, my name is Sean Boynton, and we are a part of our Wake Up Now Inner Circle Simple Freedom team right now, and we will be talking about a lot to do with what we've been doing, some of the mentality involved in it, how to help create a massive business within our primary company called Wake Up Now. And to do that, we're going to be having some folks come on the line and talk a little bit about what they've been doing, how they've been doing it, and how we can help you create your dreams and help create your business in a big way. So I'm going to go ahead and actually bring on a couple of our panelists here. Let's start. Actually, we've got a couple people running on here. I'm going to bring on Sivalay Kulmabout. Siv, are you there?
Yeah, brother. What's going on, people? Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear, brother.
Awesome, man. Wow. Hey, well, first of all, thank you for your patience, everyone. I mean, wow. Talk about, when you have something in the making, you have challenges here and there, and it just got kind of chaotic, and the monkeys were hanging around our Google Hangout. So we had to kind of get those little kinks and things taken care of. So again, my name is Sivalay Kulmabout. I'm actually here in Merced, California, small town, big impact, and wow, it's just amazing. It's just amazing that you're here. You're here for a reason. We have a really awesome panel of people here. I mean, Joe, Oli, Sean, these are my boys, these are my buddies, and it's amazing that we can actually share very similar visions, within Wake Up Now, and really help thousands and thousands of families have access to just a bigger, better life, So that's it. I'm gonna throw it back to you, brother, and then we can roll the mic.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Siv. It's great to have you here as a guest on our hangout tonight. We'd like to bring in some leaders who are making it happen, active, out there, pounding the streets, pounding online. Guys, just so you know, this thing we're doing here is beyond just online. We've got it going offline. I know, Siv, I saw you earlier today. You actually were picking up the phone, right? And making some phone calls, because it's all about making connections and making the right kind of connections so that we can move this forward and help as many people as possible get out of their 9-to-5 if they're doing that, or their part-time thing, or whatever. It's really about freedom, and we're talking about helping lots and lots of people get to a place where they can be secure, they can have enjoy time with their family, get their time back. A lot of people don't have the time that they really need to see their kids grow up, things like that. I'm included in that, because that's what this is all about. My whole vision here was to get involved in something where I could literally spend more time with my family, and also help other people do the same thing. And that's what we're doing here with our Simple Freedom Wake Up Now group here, is we're actually combining forces with lots of folks with similar situations, and we're getting them, out of the shackles of the 9-to-5 type of mentality. Having an employer is great, but when they're telling you what to do and you don't have a free mind to do what you need to do to kind of move forward in life, that's where the problem happens. So we're all about helping each other get to a higher level mentally and physically, because we're going to talk about some of those things we got going in our company. So with that, I was going to bring on my boy Joe Maripoti, if he's available. Joe, you there?
Hey, I'm here. I'm having some struggles here getting Oli set up. That's why I was on the phone with, trying to let him know. You know, with his disability, he can't see what he's doing, so I'm trying to guide him and tell him where the buttons are, and get himself off mute and everything. But then he does everything with his phone. So, but anyway, he'll be with us in a little while. How's everybody doing? Siv, how you doing, buddy?
Dude, man, I am having a blast. Like really, thank you guys for for inviting me on here, and we had some fun with the Google effects, man, and I love the spirit of the team. I love the support, and it's just really enjoying what we're already doing, and basically giving people the opportunity to have them see, a vehicle that we're utilizing to provide leverage for our families. And as Sean mentioned, man, so I'm just really excited, brother. Super, super excited. Super excited to be with you guys.
It's so exciting. And I have my wife Sherry here, and one of the things that we've decided when we got started here is that we're gonna have a good time with it, and we're gonna have fun. So like we were setting up this Google Hangout, and I was wearing a mustache and a clown and a crown and all these fun things, and it's just, you got to just have a good time and take it light, and just and great things will happen.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Joe, for jumping on, and I'm so glad that Sherry's here to kind of keep you right in track, right? So that's awesome.
Like Yoko, like John and Yoko.
Yeah, just like that, right? So guys, we try to we try to keep this real. I know Joe and Sherry for a bit of time, and we've been having a lot of fun over the past summer. Listen, like it's already winter, right? Not quite, but.
And we got New Year's coming up, right?
And we do have some holidays coming up, which is great. And our whole focus here is to maximize what we have with our business, move it forward, because we're all about trying to focus on 90-day intervals to make our business grow. And we've got so much great support throughout our entire Simple Freedom clan that it's just amazing. We've got different groups going on, we've got different chats going on. We like to keep everybody informed, and the communication is just flowing. So we're really big on that. So some of the topics I want to kind of cover tonight is going to be about where we're going as a company and how we're going to help you get there. All right. So everyone who's watching this today, you're either on our team or you've checked into what this Hangout's all about, and we're going to be giving you some great value tonight that's really going to enhance your life. It's going to enhance what we're talking about. It's going to enhance what you need to do to move forward in your life. And we're going to go over some of the items that I've kind of got listed here. Guys, Wake Up Now is really transformed. We actually just came back from a convention about a month ago out in Utah. And it's really big things are happening with Wake Up Now that are just changing the whole dynamics of what Wake Up Now used to be. We're called the Social Distribution Network now. And you're probably like, well, what is that? Well, we have the ability to promote products and services across all social networks just by clicking a button and getting people involved socially through whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, you name it. We've got a lot of different things integrated there so that we can help people understand what we're all about and what our mission is. Because Wake Up Now is about helping people save money, manage money, and make money. And we've got all these tools that are helping people do that. I mean, who do you know out there who could literally need to save some money by just, whether it be simple things like groceries, oil changes, you name it. There's lots of different things that we've got available in our toolbox that's helping people every day save money with apps on their phones, right from their desktop. They can save money through different financial programs that we have, things like that. So one of the things I wanted to kind of touch upon was the fact that I know people have heard about making money online, and they're probably wondering, well, this is great and all, but do you have something in place like a business plan on how I can actually get this in front of people what we have to offer, and then also have a follow-up system in play. Well, we just recently came out with something called One Mentor. This is very unique to Wake Up Now. And what we're going to try to do in just a little bit is I'm going to actually go through some of the items that we have available and hope that you can understand a little bit what we're talking about today. But if you've ever needed someone to actually do follow-ups for you, actually be able to help bring your prospects into your own business, that's what we're going to be talking about, is actually have a follow-up system already in play, and it's called One Mentor. That's going to be one of the new programs that just came out. We also have lots of different things that from not just online type of items, but we also have fit. We have items that are good for as far as your body. We've got drinks. We've got something called One Fit, which is basically it helps develop your body. You can go on diet. You can get fit, and it's just really energy drinks and things like that, and shakes and stuff. So we've got a lot of different things, not just side of saving money, but we're going bringing in whole different directions here. So hopefully that'll help it. I see Oli coming in here. I don't know if Oli's going to be able to be set up but we definitely want to talk to this man, because he's going up the ranks like crazy. I don't know, Joe, if he's able to hear us yet, but I don't know if you want to try to see if he can. I don't know if he can hear us right now. Oli, can you hear us, buddy? No, I think right now he still has his mute maybe off. I can't hear him, but we'll try to work that out, because I want to get this gentleman on as well, so we can listen to his success and all of that, because he's just going crazy right now. So let's do that. So let's go over a couple things here that's going to help us kind of understand what we're talking about with our business, right? One of the things I kind of wanted to mention is, just so you guys get a little bit of background on myself, I've been in network marketing and online marketing for about a little over 5 years now, and a lot of people are like wondering, what is it you're doing, and how can that help people? Well, we have the ability to refer lots of things. So if you guys have ever gone to like a movie or a good dinner, you guys are going to say, hey, you're going to see a friend and go, hey, what did you do last night? Hey, we went to the movies. What'd you see? We saw this, this movie was really great. And you're either going to recommend it to them or you're not, right? The same kind of principle that we do here is we give people a good referral on something. If I got an oil change done last night and I saved $20 on it, I'm going to tell you about it, right? Well, we've got a lot of things that we're going to kind of go over a little bit that'll help you kind of get through all that. So let me go over, and I'm actually going to try to do a little screen share real quick. In the meantime, I know, Joe, if you could assist Oli a little bit, because when I go into screen share, I'm not going to be able to see him if he's available.
Yeah, I'm working with him.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
We'll get him.
Awesome. Very good. Well, let me do this. Let me try to go to some screen share in action here. Okay. All right, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think this is the one I want here. Guys, you seem like a black hole? Yeah, I think so. I'm having a problem with my screen share. Yeah, no doubt. All right, so this was working for me before. Let me try this. Hold on.
Okay.
It looked like a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot of, when you look into those like forever mirrors.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, you're good now. You're good.
All good.
You just had it.
I'm on Facebook right now, but I'm going to go over here. Okay. Guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we got it.
All right, cool. All right, guys, I want to give you a little bit update about what what our company's kind of working on right now. We've actually got this one blog which kind of gives us all the updates of what we're doing. It goes over training and what we call the One Life, a lot of our products and videos and events. And I'm just kind of go over a couple of these things here because I wanted you guys to understand a little bit about what we have to offer. Behind the scenes photos, products, one select. Okay. So we're going to go over tonight. I just want to kind of give a little bit of some of the things we've got going on because a lot of these things are really, really taking off. OneFit is a product that was just released actually last month, and it's given people the ability to, to really change the way change their body, really, right? And we're doing that through different products that we have that just came out. These are all really, really awesome, highly recommended products that are from a doctor that's actually working with us. He's very naturopathic in the way he does his work, and it's has to do with the fact that we want to be able to still do all the things we normally do, but we want to add a lot of different a lot of different items to that. That's going to help us increase our health, right? So we offer these things through protein, detox, metabolism, metabolize, boost, all these different products that we have now that are literally not only helping people in we're not only helping people on the finance side, but we're also helping people on the fit side, right? So we're going through all that. I just want to kind of give you guys just a high line of what it is that we have going on here through weight loss, performance, and this is actually the doctor, Tracy Gibbs, and he's the gentleman who's kind of working with us with these products. So it's pretty cool. We have access to all of this information within our Wake Up Now hub, which is pretty awesome. We also have some things that are pretty new that I don't know if we're going to be able to get into the packages like I wanted to today, but you know what I might do? I might actually go into well, let's just keep it here for the moment and kind of go through this here. All right, so guys, and I don't know how far I should probably get into this, but I want to kind of give you guys at least an idea of what we're doing right now because it's kind of new. We have something called, we have a new service called 1MD. Okay, I'm just going to touch on that for a moment. And 1MD, so, and we actually got, we've got, Joe, I might have you come out to do a little bit of a testimonial on that because 1MD is basically a product that allows you to have access to your own healthcare provider, right? And it allows you to literally, for those who maybe don't have a day job or they want to have access to a doctor but can't get to one, 1MD is going to give people the ability to actually, get a hold of a doctor on the phone, and it's usually within about 15-20 minutes, and they can actually diagnose you and prescribe you a medication while they're on the phone with you based on your symptoms. Pretty awesome, and because one thing you can get away with not having to worry about, as a lot of people do when they have healthcare, is their copay, which could be anywhere from $20-$25 every time you go to the doctor, right? This is, you don't have to worry about that. You actually have your own doctor on call. Usually what they do is basically within your region, they contact 2 or 3 doctors that could call you immediately based on your need. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if Joe, if you want to come out and talk about one of the instances you have with 1MD. Go right ahead.
Absolutely. Sean, while I'm talking for a second, why don't you go ahead and send Sakshi the link to join us. He's looking to get on.
Awesome.
Quick little story. It was about a couple of weeks ago. We were getting ready for a trip to California, and my wife, Sherry, had gotten into a car accident about 4 years ago, and from that she has some pretty serious back issues from time to time. And when the spasms get bad, she needs to take a muscle relaxer. It was a weekend. It was a Saturday afternoon, and we're leaving like in a day or two. And where are you going to find a spine or a back specialist on a weekend? at the end of this or early fall or whatever, the beginning of September or middle of September it was actually. So we're just sitting there, and she was in a lot of pain, and she realized she ran out of the pill that she needed. So I was like, oh no, what are we gonna do? We're leaving. I was like, oh my God, 1MD. So I got on the phone. We set up. They told me that we needed to set up our medical history in there. So we took a few minutes. We set it up, and we made a call. It didn't take too long. We made a call, and within like 10 minutes, the phone rings, and it's a doctor. He went through all the questions and asked her what was wrong, and she explained to him what medication it was that she ran out of and needed, and he was able to prescribe that. So he said, it'll be at your pharmacy in about an hour. Well, in about 15 minutes, we got a text from the pharmacy saying it was ready. So really the whole thing
took about an hour.
It took less than an hour. We were home. We didn't have to go anywhere. You go to a doctor's office. Sometimes you wait hours to see these guys. They overbook. So we didn't have to deal with that.
And I didn't have to go to the emergency room.
No emergency room. We were just able to sit in our home and hang out. The phone rang. We went. We picked up the medication.
It was awesome.
It was an amazing thing. And then that's all part of the Explore Pack. And I got to tell you, with the new comp plan coming out and you get a $15 commission, the Explore Pack is awesome. Another one that we did, and it's part of that, and I don't know if you were going there yet, but I'm going to go there now anyway, was the one personal assistant. We were in. My husband's crazy. We were in California, and it was a Sunday morning. Now I posted it. We posted a video on this, but it was Sunday morning, and in California, NFL football games are on at 10 a.m. So I'm thinking like, oh, we'll try to find a sports bar and we'll go watch the game, the Jet game.
And I'm thinking, what sports bar is open at 10 a.m.?
So I was so I called the one personal assistant. I said, all right, we're in Southern California. I gave her the town we were in, and I said, can you find me a place that will be showing the Jets game today?
And serving breakfast, because I was hungry.
And so within about 15 minutes, I get a text from the personal assistant with like 6 different locations. And this texts were detailed. Like Marlene is the manager. She said the Jet game will be playing. Like with names and locations. And there were 6 of them. And phone numbers. It was incredible. So we ended up going and watched the Jet game, and we moved on. But it's such a cool thing because when they get on the phone, they're like, "Hello, Mr. Maripodi. This is the one personal assistant. How can I help you?" I'm like, "Wow, this is so cool." So it's great. So if you don't have Explore Pack, you take all these great things with the $15 commission paid weekly. It's such a major part of Wake Up Now's new products, and it's definitely one that you want to grab hold of. It's awesome.
Guys, are you there? I just wanted to test the audio.
Yes.
We hear you, Owen.
Yay! See, even if somebody as technologically challenged as I am can still somehow do something with this business.
Awesome. Yay! All right, Oli, I appreciate you being on the Hangout tonight. We're so excited to have you. I'm glad you're able to get yourself set up here. Hey, while we have you and the auto sounds good, I'd love to kind of bring you out a little bit and talk a little bit about how your experience has been with Wake Up Now. I know you've been definitely on track. You just reached Founders 3 just this past month, and that's so exciting. Tell us a little bit about your journey so far with Wake Up Now.
Well, I actually have been enthusiastically with another company for a while now, and I put all of my heart and energy into it, and I'm grateful that I saw some success with it, except the difficulty was nobody on my team was making any money. And I just, even though we were taught, hey, we can't be responsible for what the decisions of our team, when I bring in thousands of dollars and other people don't do anything or bring in anything, I just, after a while, it just weighs on me. And so I actually needed to do some soul searching of something that I can do concurrent with that, where just the average person who doesn't need to or can't necessarily put in thousands and thousands of dollars to be considered to really be fully committed. I needed to find something that anybody can really do. And of course, anybody can do any business. But what I'm saying here is that this is reachable in terms of the buy-in for this is cheap in terms of its price, but it's priceless with its value. And so from the beginning, because of my association with Joe and Sherry, we ended up talking about some other things, and they were telling me about Wake Up Now, and I said, well, I'm already doing this other company, and I'm not really into jumping. I hate just jumping to jump because then you confuse everybody, and it looks like you're not really focused. So, but what I learned really quickly is that if you build this business properly, you can literally have the discounts pay for the products that you buy. In effect, you build a business for free, because when we end up learning how to be creative with all of the things that are available in our business, then we actually end up buying through ourselves what we would normally spend anyway. And then when we keep track of all those discounts, then that's literally 2, 3, 4 times more than the cost of buying the products that we need per month anyway. And so that's what I went in doing this. I thought, you know what, this is the first time when I actually don't feel like I'm just making people join my opportunity just to sort of support me, where this is something that will really, really help everybody big time. And so what ended up happening is I came into the business and I went at it hard. I mean, I literally worked it till 3, 4, 5 in the morning every day. I work Monday through Thursday, a 10-hour a day plus 10 to 12 hours. And then every time I come home from that, I stayed on task. And every single day, I worked on it and worked on it. And then at the end of my first month, I was very, very close. I almost made F3. And then at that moment, honestly, I had a big decision to make, because I thought, you know what, I put everything I had into this thing. I mean, everything I could possibly put in. And then I thought, this is the moment of triumph. And, I missed it. But the reason why I'm sharing that is because how many people decide just to sort of jump when things don't work out well in spite of best efforts, right? And so, I just was just thinking, gosh, am I in the wrong line of sponsorship? Am I, what is it that I need maybe if I were somewhere else, it'd be better, And then I read Eric Worre's book, Go Pro, and then I realized that none of that has anything to do with our success. If any of us have any hiccups with our businesses, then what we need to do is just buck up and just go at it again. And Sherry, I was talking with Joe and Sherry said, Oli, you were close, and granted, you were literally just literally points away from making it, but you can just go at it again this next time. And the next time, Oli, with the same vigor, if you stay consistent and you don't give up on this thing, you will make it. And then, to be honest, I was like, oh, yeah, well, I don't know if I put everything I had in, it still wasn't good enough. And then so I went at it again on faith in my leaders, and Joe and Sherry, who were always there for me, and who really, anytime I needed them for anything, they were always there. And I decided to hold myself responsible. Like, look, as hard as I worked, I should have worked harder, and not blame anybody else for how I didn't make it. And when I had that mindset shift, I made F3, and I made it within the time frame she said I'd make it, because I believed her. And then that made me have faith in myself, and I did it now. And the other thing that I've also been learning is that when you show people from the very beginning how this really does add value to your lives from day one, then it's easy to literally tell every single person about this, because you're not trying to sort of bring them into the next deal, but you're actually doing something that will help them change their lives. I mean, this is literally a lifestyle for us. I mean, literally, with all the products that we have, with the way that we support each other, this whole concept of the waiting room where you could give people to others. I mean, literally every single team member that I have beyond my first 3, I have been giving them to other team members. But besides that, what I do is I show my team members how once somebody comes in under them, that can be leveraged for them to bring somebody else in, so then they could put that next person above the one who I'm bringing in. So in other words, you start stacking them. And then so, the way I figured it is, hey, it's just so much better just to build it faster than slower, so might as well build it faster. So literally through this whole mindset, it has been an amazing journey. And literally the moment I I made F3, I celebrated, and then within 3 minutes of celebrating, I went back to work. Because I'm like, all right, F3, awesome. This is great. I'm still sending thank you notes out to people from the Simple Freedom team for their support, but I also need to get going and get cracking with doing my approaches each day, or whatever. And so that's basically what happened. It's only been 2 months, but I've already hit F3, and I intend to go a lot farther. And the best part is for all of you on this call who are sort of prospectively or Hangout, who are listening to this, anybody really can build this when you have the right mindset, when you hold yourself accountable to the highest standards, and when you are the one who drives your business and not waiting for anybody else to put people with you or any of that kind of stuff. When you just decide to take ownership of it, that it is your business and is ultimately up to you, then the rest of the stuff with the help and the teamwork and the support and the training, all that's icing on the cake. But that is how I've been able to build this thing, and that's why I continue to be getting new signups. I mean, literally within hours of celebrating, I'm already getting new people on board who are processing and everything, and already that's leading to more leveraging. So I guess when it comes to my journey with all of this, people who may not have made it to F3 yet might be thinking, well, maybe that's Oli, whatever. But look at the problems I had just now. I mean, I have all these issues with the technology that isn't always accessible to me because I'm blind, so I use a talking phone, and sometimes the compatibility doesn't work. And then so I just had Leo, one of my kids, help me, of course, ask a 15-year-old to do technology, and it worked perfectly. So listen to Leo just now, and thanks to him, I'm on the phone. But the whole thing is that when it comes to our challenges, everybody has challenges. So we need to draw inspiration from the fact that this business is the great equalizer, where if you have whatever challenge you have, you can be successful in this business, even if you've never done it before. I mean, my mom, who's in the business now, she's never in her almost 70 decades of existence on Earth, she has never done network marketing, and then she just decided to sort of try it. And she was like, I signed up so-and-so and so-and-so, I think. Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm like, wait, you did what? And so like before I even was able to show her how to do it, she already got somebody to come into the business with her. I mean, I'm just like, oh my gosh, if my mom, who's never done this stuff before, can succeed at this with no training yet, and then how much more with all of us, with our being supportive of each other and really just caring about each other to bring each other to the next level. This is really the place to be. It's not just some comp plan or whatever. It's the team culture we have. It's the way that this is simple, where the buy-in is really nothing. It's just peanuts. It's just nothing. And when you have that mindset, like this is the best deal ever, we have discounts big time of up to like 65%. We have products that really people need. This is not about some pyramid where you get people in. It's about getting people, aligning people with the products they need, so that way they go through themselves, and in effect that builds your team volume. That makes you money. It's literally that kind of mindset. And no matter what, if you're a six-figure income earner like I am, or if you're not, whatever, it makes no difference, where we all have an ability when we put our mind to it to succeed at this business. And I'm really, really grateful. Shout out to all of you guys. Joe and Sherry have been amazing, but let's put it out there too. Sean has been of help to my team too, when he literally had not a penny to make with helping any of my folks get, with the whole sign-up process. But he took the time to do that for me, to be supportive. And in the same way, anybody who's on our teams, I'll do anything I can to support them, because that's what's being done with me. Where do you find that, where people actually who aren't even a part of your group will take their time to make sure it's done right so you make the money? I've never seen that anywhere like this.
It doesn't exist, Oli. It doesn't exist.
But that's what we're all about. We're not going to let any of our family members fail. You're all going to rise to the top. That's just how we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, when people are looking out there for what exists, I mean, my big question to everybody is, so you think that the opinions of other people should control the kind of money you make? Which is really what it comes down to, because ultimately for those of us who work, and I still work, I have a day job still, but ultimately their opinion of me will determine whether I get promoted. It'll determine what assignments I get, and it'll determine my quality of life for a big part of my day. if I build a business successfully here and then I could become more entrepreneurial and not worry about a job anymore, then I get to control the kind of money I'm making. There's no limit. And the same is true for everybody in this call. There are some people who are looking at this like some kind of a job, and it's not. This is the kind of thing where you do a lot of work, and at the beginning you don't see the initial results at first, or you could, but I mean, let's just keep it real. Sometimes it just doesn't happen for people at first. But when people have a real, genuine entrepreneurial approach and not an employee mentality, like, well, I did this amount of work for these many hours, I should be making this much. Instead of thinking in an hourly way, think about the long term of when you just give this thing everything you've got for a year or two or whatever, and then you're free. I mean, I prefer the 2-year plan versus the 25-year plan before retirement, personally. I mean, I don't mind that people say no to me if I ask them or invite them to be a part of this business. I don't take it like personally, like, oh my gosh, they hate me, they think I'm whatever, or whatever they think. It really doesn't matter because it's not going to affect how much I get paid. That's why we get paid in this industry. Some people will say no, but we're putting that, I put that out there at least, because this is not some get-rich-quick thing. But at the same time, the rewards are priceless. I mean, it feels really good to go from nothing in terms of income in this business to being F3 now. I mean, and I already see what's happening, what's going to be happening ahead. And when I look at the leadership that we have within the Simple Freedom team, and we see the people who we get to be around, I mean, it's just a first-rate combination where the only thing missing is us. We have this great support, but if we don't hold ourselves accountable for our own success, and if we make sure that our ultimate success must rest with us, then that's true freedom. Because I'm telling you, there's no feeling in the world like taking something that never existed to building a sales volume that now exists and it keeps growing. There's nothing like it, because you've built it from nothing. You had no group, then later you have a group. Everybody, the most successful people in our industry, they start with 1 or 0 and then go to 1, etc. But it takes the kind of mindset where we care about each other, where we don't have a scarcity mentality. We put out on the table how to build this business, and if people want to take our concepts and use it to build wherever, that's up to them. But there's more. We have a feeling of abundance here, where we're not trying to hoard all the secrets of the universe. If people want to join us, great. If not, then take what we learn and do it whatever. But we believe that when we put out value, people will come with us and they'll stay. That's why it is so incredible being a part of Joe and Sherry's team, where I have a group that I'm leading, but so does Sean. And Sean, as a leader in his own right, who's been just crushing it in this business, these guys are. I'm so grateful to be associated with Sean, as well as with Joe and Sherry, because they are really salt of the earth people. They are the most genuine people. So if you were to find a place to go with any of you listening to this call or watching this hangout, you need to be a part of whoever brought you here. You have to, because you really do owe it to yourself. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be whatever. You just have to come to the table with an abundance mentality, and you've got to come to the table being willing to be coached and being willing to do whatever. I mean, Joe wanted me to do this hangout. I've hardly ever done hangouts before now, but I'm still learning and figuring it out. But Joe and Sherry, as my leaders, they say, we want you on there. So I'm like, all right, we'll figure out a way. So, I mean, when you have coachability combined with the feeling of personal responsibility and the commitment to change and to grow with whatever it takes, and when you read what we're coached to read, and we do what our leaders say to do, knowing that they've had more success than we have, then that's really the key to leveraging other people's experiences to our benefit. I mean, that can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that is awesome, Oli. I've got to hand it to you. If people have excuses, they really can't have excuses after seeing what you're kind of going through with the process. Getting on a hangout can be a challenge, but you don't look at these as a way to like slow yourself down. These aren't roadblocks for you. These are a way just to kind of go even past that, because your vision is much further than a lot of people, right? And that's why you've got that kind of mentality, and that just, the reason why we do what we do is for people like yourself, is because some people just, they have a strong enough reason why they want to get to where they want to be, and others just don't quite have that why that they have to get to. They're going to put excuses in the way. And you just covered a really, really important, a critical thing about excuses that, you know, too many people have them, but not enough people know how to overcome them, you know, and you're a great example of that. So thank you so much, Oli, for jumping on the line. And, you know, we are very happy to have you on our Hangout tonight, especially reaching F3 over the past month. Amazing, amazing stuff, and we're only going to expect more from that. So awesome.
And Sean, you know, one of the things that you know, every single person that Oli signed up, he had some challenges, you know, because being blind, I mean, he can't see what he's doing. And so I helped him with all his signups, and you know, sometimes there were problems with the back office, and there, you know, but Oli never lost his composure. He never put his head down. He never gave up. He just he put a smile on his face, and he kept moving forward. And
even tonight, as he was trying to get on, I mean, you could tell that he still had a smile on his face.
So,
I would have been frustrated.
It was you know, he's an inspiration to all of us.
Absolutely.
And even more so now that I've had the opportunity to work with him for the last 2 months. It's like when I have my little piddly excuses, I just have to throw them away because Oli just blows my mind.
That's right. We just look at each other when one of us is going through a tough time, and we just go, Oli.
Yeah, like what would Oli be doing right now? And then we just
Absolutely.
smile and move on. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean?
He's definitely an inspiration to both of us, and we're so grateful and so proud. Oh my gosh, Oli, I am so proud of you for what you've accomplished and what you've done, and how you work so hard.
Oh, thanks. I really love you guys.
We love you too.
Hey, Blaze.
Blaze, Mr. John Blaze Chapman in the house. Love you, brother, having you on the Hangout tonight. Oh, I think you're muted, brother. All right, no problem. So we're going to jump around a little bit.
How about now?
You know, oh, I got you now, Blaze.
So, anyways, what I was saying is, it's a pleasure to be out here with you guys, man.
Uh-oh.
We're losing you, buddy.
You're coming in choppy.
Well, we'll just move on until he gets.
He's broken up a little bit there. That's cool.
Is
That's cool.
that me or is that Sean?
No,
I
you're
can hear you now, Blaze.
in and out a bit.
Yeah, you're kind
You
of.
guys can't. Oh, am I? I'll come right back in. Maybe it's something to do with my laptop, man.
You're pretty good right now, though.
Yeah, you're not too bad.
Huh?
You want to roll with it? I can hear you pretty well.
Oh, I'm 100% good. No, what I was saying is that it's just a pleasure to come out here and chill with you cats, man. I know that you guys are putting in some serious work. I see you guys hustling every day, and really, when it comes down to it, freedom, man. You know, it's really all about the freedom. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was reading a story. It was a ad for some type of a product. It was like a information-based product, and the thing that got to me most about this ad was it was a story about this cat who, over, I believe it was a 6 to an 8 year period, he amassed a fortune of over $200 million. $200 million over 6 to 8 years. And the thing that just blew my mind, and quite frankly, it still has me thinking. I think about this all the time now. It's almost become an all-consuming thought for me. Is that the guy never worked more than 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. See, and you know what that tells me. What that tells me is that most everyone is doing it wrong. Most everyone is, including my own self, right? So when I saw that, I was like, wow, you know, what are the things that this guy thinks about what are the things that he did, what are some of the things, what are some of the processes that he put in place in order to grow his companies to the point where he's amassed a personal fortune of $200 million in the space of 6 to 8 years, working only 2 hours a day. And quite frankly, I still don't know the answer to that, but it's becoming a little bit more clear. But one thing I do know is that when it was time to work, he worked. Most people who were coming to the industry, most people who were coming to the game, I think a lot of them have an employee-based mentality where they'll work, but really only when their mentor or where their coach or something along those lines basically gives them a step-by-step blueprint and to what to do for that day. And we're fortunate enough in that in the Simple Freedom system, we literally have that in the back of the system. When you create your free account, you'll literally see the Facebook Hustle Blueprint, and then you get into our teams, and then you get into our groups where there's even more advanced training. I mean, just today, one of our team leaders, Sakshi Zayan, he put out a 11-minute video training on how he basically has developed a 5-minute a day business on Instagram. I mean, 5 minutes a day, and then to bring it back all around. The simple fact of the matter is that the leaders who are here right now, who are putting in work, they do it in a very, very effective manner, a very focused manner, and that to be around that type of leader who's focused, who's dedicated, and who's working, is very valuable. It's very, very valuable.
Yeah, definitely, John. I mean, I think a lot of people get stuck in the time that can go on. If they're doing their business. We talked about this, like a daily method of operation. If you're working full time, like I'm working full time, but if I condense what I need to get done in a matter of 2 to 3 hours max, even 2 hours, right? And if I do that consistently, every day, you're probably going to get more done in that compressed time than a lot of people do if they've got nothing else to do, and they're trying to do this, trying to wing this a little bit without having any kind of concrete, consistent method that they can work into their calendar, right? It's really about calendar management. So.
But I tell you what, those are some of really the biggest things. The first time that I ever hit success in online marketing, I did it with a 3-hour day process, and we've had private discussions on that, and quite frankly, it's something that I see the leadership here doing incredibly well. You're getting out there, you're getting the word out there, you're showing people that there's a better way than the 9 to 5. And what's really exciting about it, what's super exciting about it, is that people are doing this while they have full-time jobs, while they have full-time families. They're taking the 2 to 3 hours a day out of that schedule, and obviously, of course, it's a sacrifice right now, but you really have to take a look at it and see, will you sacrifice what you want right now for what you want most? And quite frankly, when it comes down to it, that's really what it is. Most people will not sacrifice what they want right now for what they want most. Most people, they'll go to work, they'll do their 8 hours, and then they'll come home, and then they'll pop a brew, and they'll watch whatever's on the boob tube, whatever's on the corporate controlled media, which basically gives them just enough entertainment to shut up, to not complain about them losing their constitutional rights, to not complain about them being poisoned every day, whether it be chemtrails in the air or chemtrails in the food that they eat. But basically, it's just enough to shut up, and they'll be satisfied with getting paid just enough to be able to to live, and not, well, to actually exist, not even to live, because when you have to go to a restaurant and you open up that menu and you take a look at the right side at the prices to what you can afford as opposed to what it is that you want to eat, is that really living? Which one, there, I believe it was Jim Rohn or Ziegler said that there are two pains that we all must endure in life. One is the pain of discipline, and the other is the pain of regret. And one is temporary, while the other is much more permanent. You that's why one of my personal favorite, one of my philosophies is speed of implementation and fast action, because I know what that can do for a person. I know how that can transform a person's life, even in as little as 90 to 120 days of focused, fast, consistent action, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. Sure, you're going to miss some of your favorite shows. That's okay. For me, on a personal basis, looking back to when I had a job before I was laid off from corporate America after 4.5 years, along with 189 of my colleagues, I take a look back right there, and I say, what did I do? What did I do? Well, in the morning when I woke up, I'd wake up at like 5:45. I'd be out the house by 6:30. I'd basically peep in and kiss my kids goodbye, even though they were fast asleep. It was more for me than it was for them. And then I'd go to work, and then depending on if it was our busy season, if it was our busy season, I was doing 5 days a week, 7 to 7, and then coming in for more overtime on Saturdays. If it wasn't our busy season, then I do my 8 hours, and then I'd come back home. And then I'd have basically about 2 hours, sometimes 3, usually about 2 hours that my family was still awake before they had to get to sleep. But after my family went to sleep, that was my hustle time. Instead of taking a break from my day, so to speak, that's when I would hop on my laptop. That's when I'd start to do, some blogging, some videos. I'd hop on my FB chat box, because of the intensity of the desire of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to have for my family. And I got to tell you, even thinking back to it right now, it almost makes me tear up, because I hated my job. I mean, like, real talk, guys. I hated my job. It was very stressful. I worked in a member services call center where I basically took people's complaints all day long. And if you've ever been in that type of an environment where all you have to do is hear complaining all day long, it gets to be very emotionally draining. And then the few and far between compliments that we would get, whether it be for like a doctor's service or even for our own, those are like manna from heaven. You would cherish those, and you'd go on. But the simple fact of the matter is that, working where I worked, I packed on 40 pounds. Sitting at the desk, not doing anything, getting into unhealthy habits, lots of potlucks and things along those lines. So I had a super big why, and I was able to focus in and push away that which I wanted right now. And at that time, it was sleep. Right at that time, it was just to basically forget that I was stuck at this job where they paid me just enough, because, quite frankly, they were paying me good money for a blue collar wage. $28 an hour is no joke for a blue collar person, plus the union benefits. But at the same time, I was quite literally losing my life to work because I didn't get to see my family. And then I pushed that away. I wanted that rest. I wanted to be able to chill out. I wanted to be able to relax, because what I wanted most, and what's really crazy is now I get to experience just a little piece of that, is I wanted to be able to spend the whole day with my family without regard of having to go and work and having to go and labor for another man. And I wanted to be able to experience life, a better, a next level lifestyle. And there's always a next level, of course, but the next level for me at that point was just to not have to go to work and actually enjoy my family. The people that we work so hard, and that's the dichotomy of what most people are facing. You work like a dog, especially us guys, and not to diss the women out there, because I know that you ladies work very hard too. But I know that for myself, on a personal basis, as a head of household, I would put massive hours in, and I do it for my family because I wanted a better lifestyle for them. But at the same time, you put all those hours in, and then you really have to think about it. Where's the trade-off? Yeah, sure, your kids can go to better schools and things along those lines, but you're not there, and does it really serve them? So those are some interesting things to take into consideration. But I mean, the bottom line here is that what the Simple Freedom team is doing, and what Wake Up Now represents, is, quite frankly, it's a whole new way of living. It's a whole new lifestyle, especially with what the company has brought to bear, like just over the course of the past month, with the release of the One Mentor program and the One Success Academy, is basically taking the guesswork out of how to build a successful business and really put the tools and everything else that is truly needed to create a successful lifestyle in the hands of the common man. I couldn't be more excited. I could be more thrilled about what the next 90 days is going to bring our team, and then what the next 365 years is going to bring our life. It's pretty hot, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. I am really excited about that. You touched on a lot of good points, that a lot of people get trapped in a day job, just to be able to. They're worried more about finances than they are their future. They're worried more about being able to support a family instead of being with the family, right? So, a lot of these things we need to kind of really focus on. Why would we tie ourselves down to a point where, we have to report to someone all the time? Well, for a lot of people, it's just like we need to survive somehow. But a surviving mentality is really never going to get you further than what it is. It just is not. So I'm so excited to be part of our Simple Freedom team within Wake Up Now, because it gives us a way out. It gives us a door. It gives us a way to be able to spend more time with our family and be able to get back the years a lot of people have lost, doing that 9 to 5 thing, coming home for dinner, putting the kids to bed, and then watching TV. A lot of people, for me, I don't even watch TV half the time anymore, because it's not productive to me. I'd rather be doing something that's going to help my family in the future, and enjoy our time together while the kids are at an age, because my boys are 7 and 10, and I want to make sure I'm there for them while they're going to all their activities, So these are big things that a lot of people have on their mind, but they just get roadblocked by their career or their job, because they don't realize that there's other options out there like what we have. I'm just going to mention one more thing. John, you talked about something we're going through, which The Wolf Mentality is the book that Kirby Cochran and Jason Alrod, the founders of our company and Wake Up Now, they put this book together because they know that we needed some kind of an understanding of what their next vision was, and using One Mentor really is a hit home for Wake Up Now, to have that follow-up process in place for us, because a lot of companies don't have that. So really excited about that, and where we're going with that.
Well, have you guys spoke about the One Mentor program yet?
At the beginning of the Hangout, we did just a little bit.
Oh, okay. That right there, I had sent out a email about it. It may have even been today, but the One Mentor program, for me, it represents it represents a paradigm shift in the home business industry, because really when you think about it, right, is that what is the number one fear in the whole wide world? The number one fear is public speaking, and then right after that, right after public speaking comes sales, and a lot of the times what people they want they want to be able to succeed in home-based business. And in traditional home-based business, you have to you have to develop the ability to sell, and you have to develop the ability to close. Those are two very powerful skill sets that hardly anyone can do with any consistency. It usually takes a long time, unless a person just happens to be very gifted in order to make that happen. But what the One Mentor program has done, and I'm going through it right now, as are the majority of people that, and maybe even all of the folks that you see here on the panel. What it does is that it's a 4-week training program that gives you detailed information about the product offerings of Wake Up Now, and gives you detailed information so that you can actually be a product of the product, know what types of products, know that the value that we are bringing to the marketplace. But the game changer is when you graduate from the 4-week training program, and it's one session per week, is that at the end, when you graduate, you get access to what we call the challenge team. Now, the challenge team is a group of professionally trained salespeople. What they do is that they connect with your qualified prospects, and they do the selling, they do the telling, and they do the closing. So what in essence are our jobs, so to speak, our position becomes is we become good news merchants. We're able to share freely without the without the overriding concern of, hey, I need to sell this person, or hey, I need to close this person, or hey, I need to make this sale. That really takes a burden off of the everyday person, and it really becomes more about sharing. Hey, this is a business. You pre qualify them as to whether or not they're actually interested in a business. Do they have a need slash or want? Do they have some type of motivation that is actually going to want them to get involved in home-based business? And then once you've qualified them, then you give that referral to the challenge team and let the professional sales people and closers who have been trained in world-class systems go ahead and reach out and connect and go ahead and enroll them into your team. For me, on a personal basis, having a professional sales staff, having a professional sales call center at my beck and call it's like a dream, man. That's been like the holy grail of network marketing, direct sales, home-based business for as long as I've been around. And Wake Up Now has actually implemented it so that it's a reality. I just see our team exploding because of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I think we've got something that not a lot of companies, I don't think too many other companies have something like this that can literally follow up, and they're the professionals that, as long as they have a qualified prospect, they can work with that person, and magically they'll end up in your organization. So I mean, for a lot of people who are watching this today, not only do the products make sense for everybody, but think about the referral process that you have, because this ends up being more of a referral process than anything. And then with a follow-up through this one mentor, it just really kind of gels the whole system together, and it's going to make it that much easier for a lot of people to understand what we're doing and give them the believability that they can do it too. So really excited about what we have with that.
And Sean, one of the things the success thing, the Success Academy, it cancels out one of the biggest fears that people have. You know, a lot of times you sign someone up in the business, and they're scared as hell to go talk to somebody, or they may qualify somebody and then never close them because they just don't know what to do. And you know, the Success Academy and the mentor team, or the challenge team, I should say. I mean, that's incredible, because you know that eliminates one of the biggest fears that people have is, you know, what do I say? How do I close this guy? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Now you have professionals closing them for you. It's just incredible.
Yeah, and you know, like how often do you go into the business and you know you're working with your team, you're growing your business, and you're moving really fast, and you get so caught up in management mode. How many people has that affected, right? I mean, you have to teach everybody everything, training. When you actually have a system like this where it actually leverages off of corporate and it's consistent and streamlined, I think that's just magic. You know, and then we have a support system, not just from corporate, but also from the Simple Freedom team, with the compensation plan that's unparalleled, right? It works together. It's a value-based build, so we can literally help everyone achieve. You know, we can literally step in there and help people achieve. So the average Joe can actually say, you know what, I came into this business, not only did I appreciate the products and the leadership, but I can actually show social proof, real social proof. There's no smoke and mirrors here. There's no fake it till you make it. It's not about rah rah, kumbaya, the guru won. You know, it's not about the guru. You know, like how many companies have you seen where there's so many gurus that are like in the limelight, and all these followers looking at them and thinking, wow, I wish I was in their shoes, right? I cannot say more than I can say it now. But with the Simple Freedom team, mixed with the Success Academy, the One Mentor, our support system, and our actual mastermind group of the different specialized knowledge that we have, right? So you can come in here and do it offline. We have people that specialize in offline marketing that knows how to do home meetings. If you want to do this, and actually, if you're doing it part-time like I am, actually, it's not even fair to say that I'm doing it part-time. I'm actually doing it spare time. You know, wake up in the morning, come home, do conference call, hangouts, talk to team, talk to new prospects, production mode, go pick up kids from 4 different schools, guys. 4 different schools, okay? Pick up kids from 4 different schools, cook for them, okay? Prepare a meal, prep the night before for the next morning, wake up the next morning, get on a motivation call, work on my personal development because my team needs me. That's the support system that I have. And guess what? As I grow, my team grows, and as my team grows, and as the team grows, it reciprocates. So we have the support system, we have all the tools, and we have the system that is actually like positions everyone for success. It's not about just automating everything and computerizing things. It's about the system of actually personally developing everyone into success. Because your level of personal development is going to normally equate to your level of income, right? If you've ever seen anybody go out there and make a lot of money, I've tasted that success early on in my network marketing career. And if your personal development is not there, and you're not really supporting your team, and you don't actually have the systems that's going to be able to position them for success like we do now, a spare time person like me can do it. Like it just makes it easier for me to believe that I can go out there and help as many families reach the financial freedom that they desire. And that's the thing that I think of. Like when I think about what we're talking about now, I'm thinking about this phrase. It's just totally resonating with me in my core. And it's truly changed my life. It's information changes situation. Okay. Now it's not like we don't have bigger dreams as parents. It's not like we don't want to take care of our family. It's like everybody wants to take care of their goods, right? Our family. Those are our goods. We want to do the best for them. I used to wake up at 4 in the morning, commute for 2.5 hours, get to work as a store manager, hope that nobody freaking calls in sick. Okay. Nobody calls in sick. If somebody called in sick, I'm working from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Drive home, sometimes getting home at like 10 or 11 at night. My kids are already asleep. I don't even see them until Sunday, my only weekend day off. That's when I see them. But then you know what? That was the information that I knew, okay? That was the information that I knew that was going to help my family get the financial level of standard that I wanted, right? That's what I knew until I was, immersed in a different type of information, until I saw something like this. And this is awesome. There's a reason why you're here. You know, there's a reason why you're here, because you're looking. And you know, point blank, there is a better way. It is going to take some hard work, but you have to choose your heart, right? It's hard to be broke, and it's hard to work for the rest of your life. You know, so if you can actually make a decision, and if this makes sense to you, you know, if this makes sense to you, then take that. You know, do it. Just do it. Do it for your family. Do it. We're building a legacy. We're doing something very long term. Our social distribution channel is amazing. Everybody's on social media. We have software solutions to help you live a better life. We have physical products to help you with health and wellness. We have, you know, it's like Costco, Amazon, and Google all in one with a marketplace unparalleled, and we're going to continue to scale and get up there and get to the next level. Whether you're in it or not is not the question. You just have to decide today if you want to master your freedom, because we're making it happen. We want to make sure that we can help as many people as possible, but you actually have to cast that vision yourself. And once you do, man, I'm just saying, we got everything here for you. You know, just just accept it. Make a decision. Commit. Run with this. You know, it's going to change your life. It will.
Yeah, thanks, Siv. I mean, I completely agree with you. You're real on a roll there, you know. So
Oh
that was
man,
great.
that boy's putting out fire. I'm pumped
You're,
up, man. I'm
yeah,
so
you're
glad to be here.
you're putting it down, Siv. I'm really, you know, I'm happy on our hangout tonight. I wanted to roll it back over to Oli real quick because you know, he's had some really good points. But Oli, tell us a little bit more about where you see yourself going with what we have.
I actually see myself breaking F3s left and right with what I'm planning on doing. I'm just thinking ahead and being a big visionary. My team is actually called the Visionary Team, and I envision finding ways to duplicate, so it isn't just a few of us who are building, but I imagine literally folks in 3 separate legs and breaking F3s in each of 3 separate legs, and then expanding wide. The reason why I'm really thinking big, and the reason why I'm putting it out there here, is because now I've said something that I have to get to. So the way that I'm driven is by visualizing the future, even and literally stepping into it. So that way, whenever I talk about what it is that I want, that I speak it into reality now and tell everybody around me that that's where I'm heading, and then I get there. I mean, literally, I remember when I had 0 and I said I'm going F3 fast. I mean, whatever fast is compared to whatever, but I wanted to build F3 fast, and now I want to go to F4 fast. And so the way that I envision doing this is by creating a group culture that embraces really adding true value to people's lives, not only by showing them the products that we have that really can help each person, but also getting people to understand a broader way of thinking, where in addition to the transformation of income, people here, by being around us, can transform their very lives, and doing so in a way that it doesn't feel like some chore to get people to come and stay every month. I mean, people literally like, well, Oli, how do you keep people on board? You know, because we all have attrition, but the thing to me that is the biggest secret to keeping everybody is by educating them from the very first day about how, by going through our own business and taking advantage of our own discounts, which exceed the amount of the cost of the money that we would pay for whatever products we want to buy for ourselves anyway. It's literally, if we think about it, it's just the easiest thing in the world, where we have products that we need, we produce volume, and it's paid for through the discounts through our buying for ourselves. I mean, that is like the simplest thing in the whole world. So literally, before anybody even ever makes a dime in this business with us, if they look through our back office and they start buying things that they normally would buy anyway, and then they see the savings, then already they're in profit mode their very first month. And so when they think abundance and they think wealth, and then they realize also how they they approach people based on their different personalities and based on their relationships and so forth. When we add that tailoring to each individual, then everybody with whatever personality type they have, they will have their needs met here, and it'll just feel easy. And the more we have that feeling that it's just simple, where literally it's the simplest thing in the world. We can do the math and run the numbers. Then just tons and tons of people will come into our respective businesses because it just makes numerical sense. It makes transformational sense, and it just is a way for all of us to make more money to do whatever we want, whether it's to change the world, to change other people's lives, to benefit our own families or whatever, or to have more fun. And when we do all of this together the way we have been through, I didn't even realize that Blaze was on this Hangout. I'm just, wow, hi Blaze. When we do all of this together like this, and when we have this group culture and this group mentality, literally, of loving every single brand new independent business owner that comes in and saying to all of them, look, we care about you, and we are going to be by your side. When you do your part of the work and you join up with us, then the synergy will be amazing, and you will be successful if you're consistent. That's what I envision for the business. And I'm just excited because I'm just imagining eventually 1 sign-up a day, 2 sign-ups a day somewhere on my team. I mean, that's where I'm picturing it all the time. Even when I sleep, I listen to subliminal stuff, so that way my mind is programmed while I sleep. Then when I wake up, I listen to other stuff. And then, just constantly, if we all just make it a point to just constantly enrich our minds with thoughts of what we want, and then we combine use of a law of attraction by taking the actual actions that we identify through those thoughts, then we can really expedite our way to success. And who says we can't? And if anybody thinks we can't, well, they're welcome to stay to the side, and we'll just succeed, and that'll just be that. I mean,
yeah, Oli, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I think people are going to follow what you do, as a team and as an organization. So you really need to kind of like make sure that you set it straight right from the very beginning, what the whole focus is going to be, step by step, what we're going to talk about. Lay it out for them, because if you don't lay it out, they may meander and wander around a little bit. And we've had people definitely have done that in the past. I want to actually, we're getting actually at near the top of the hour already, and what I want to do is just kind of do a little bit of round robin as we kind of wrap things up for our hangout tonight. I want to go back to Joe and Sherry real quick and give us some closing thoughts there, guys.
Well, what a great hangout, Blaze. Thanks for coming on with us. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Kiss
your daughter for me.
You know what? Somebody's at my door. Go to someone else. I'll come back in a minute.
I'll be right back.
Okay, awesome. Hey, let's take it back to Siv real quick.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Gotcha, man.
Yeah, man. I think it's game time. It's game time. Like that's really where it's at. It's game time. I've been committed for like the last week and a half. I've been playing basketball, right? And I haven't played basketball since I was like 20. It's been a long time. Okay, it's been a long time. I'm 32 now, and man, like the first time I started playing basketball again, last Sunday, right, or 2 Sundays ago. I was like sweating, man. I was getting sore. Lactic acid was killing me, man. I was sweating. The younger cats were like, dude, this guy needs to get off the court. We don't want him on his team. He sucks. They were laughing at me like, dude, what the heck are you doing, Grandpa? Right? I'm like, dude, I haven't played in a while. Just bear with me. I started, But one thing that I'm known for is, it's not for my dribble. It's not for my handling the ball or shots or anything, but I was like, man, if I'm good at something, I'm good at rebounding, right? So I started focusing on that. I was getting good at that, and then like a couple days later, I got my stamina back. I wasn't sweating profusely. I was getting okay with the dribbles, still working on my shots, and then just like 2 days ago, I went out there and I was playing hardcore, right? I was hustling, man. Whether I suck or not, one thing that they know about me is I'm hustling, right? They know that Siv go out on the court, no matter what, he hustles nonstop. I can be sweating, throwing up all over the place. I'm hustling. I'm gonna do it, right? I don't care. Okay? I'm here to play. I'm in the game, and I'm hustling. But here's the deal. After that night, I think I took I stole the ball 7 times, had about 80% of the rebounds, right? Schooling these cats, and my shots got better. My jump shots got better. What's the more of that story? For you to win, you got to decide to win and be in the game. So get in the game.
Awesome, awesome, Siv. You know, I love the analogy with the basketball because a lot of people, you know, gotta have the vision with that. Gotta have the vision with that. Let me bring it back over to Oli. Oli, I just wanted just another minute or so of your last thoughts, and then we'll take it around a little bit more.
I think that for those of you who may be wondering if this is a business that can work for you, I think that for all of us, I think our collective answer is that it can when you take the action and when you have the right mindset and you have, like what Sean says, the right why. We are on this hangout for the purpose of really showing the world who we are as a team. We don't just talk to each other on here, but we actually have people come on and watch this because we want people to see how real we are. We all have different backgrounds, we have different educational backgrounds, we have different professions, etc. But we're all drawn here to Wake Up Now, and we who are on here believe in what we're doing because we know it's changing lives, starting with our own. We've seen the life changes for ourselves, and we know that these changes will continue as we help other people get what they want. But the way that we do that is just by caring about all of you. So for whoever brought you onto this call, really, it would be in your best interest. You owe it to yourselves to literally tonight, you need to get in touch with the person who brought you on here and say, I'm ready, I'm in, let's do it right now. Let's not go to bed until we get the sign up done. Let's do it right now. If you do that, just watch how you feel and watch how it feels to be decisive in knowing that you have just taken a very, very important step that within 2 months, potentially you can be F3 too, or earlier. Heck, whatever it is that you want in this business, it isn't just money, but hey, whatever it is, come in to be with us, join us, and get involved with us. Follow the leadership of the person who brought you here, and you'll be golden.
All right, thanks so much, Oli. Joe, are you available?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
All right, no worries.
This house is like a revolving door, 24 hours a day. You know, people coming to my house 11:30 at night. It's crazy. But one of the things I wanted to say was, you know, I have a video company, video and photography, and for the last 25 years, I've been pretty much making my wife Sherry a widow every single weekend.
Widow on the weekend.
And I've missed so much of my kids' events and weekend activities. And you know, when Blaze contacted me in January and he told me that he had something different, I kind of jumped at it immediately. I didn't even ask what it was. I just said, where do I sign up? And he sent me the link. And, you know, because my why is that I still have 2 kids that are kind of young still, 10 and 14. So I still have a little bit of time to actually experience the life that I wish I would have had for the past 20+ years.
And your older ones aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
So that's my why, and that's why I do this, and that's why I do it every single day. And I work full time for myself. But it, you know, sometimes working for yourself is even way more hours than working for you know, a job, a corporate job, or whatever. Sometimes I'm working 15, 20 hours a day to get projects out, and you know, I'm editing at 3 o'clock in the morning to make sure I get something out there. Yeah. So that's my why, because you know, I'm tired, and frankly, I want to be able to be around on weekends. I want to go to my son's football games. I want to, you know,
I want to go on a date. Like, no, seriously. I mean, our anniversary comes in October. It's next weekend. And we can never plan anything because that is the busiest season for weddings, the busiest. So the whole month of October, I'm like, we can't go away. We can't do anything fun for our anniversary. We have to plan, like, our anniversary, like, another month. Yeah. Like, it's just forever. And I can't wait. I still love them. You know,
I don't want to tell her I have a job on the 18th, but I'll get in trouble. No, so that's really my why, and that's why I do this. It offers me, a way out of the crap that I've been dealing with forever. It's fun. I go to work, and I'm always working, shooting at somebody's party. And people are drinking and dancing and laughing and having a great time, but it's not my party. I'm not at my own party.
You going, where are you? I miss you.
I'm not with my family. I'm not with my kids.
You missed what your daughter just did. You missed what your son just did.
Right, I get pictures while I'm shooting somebody else's event of what my kids are doing. And that's not really a way to live. So that's my why, and that's why I do this. And I know that I'm not too far off from changing my whole situation. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. I finally get my husband.
You guys are so cute. That's awesome, awesome. We'll keep that going. Mr. Blaze, last remarks.
Wow, you know what? There's just so much. I'm really looking forward to being able to hang out with you cats again. Here's really the bottom line, though. This is what people need to understand: is that 90 days from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, it's going to happen. As long as you don't die, it's going to happen. And the fact of the matter is that we're all adults here. We understand just how fast time slips by. I mean, it almost seems like it was yesterday when we were just starting this whole team build thing back in January, and here we are in October, almost a year. But the simple fact of the matter is that it's going to happen, and the way that you get to spend, the way that you get to enjoy or suffer from the rest of your life really depends on the decisions that you make now. The thing that I want folks out there to think about and to really feel is that tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you're still going to be going into that JOB. And for most folks, that JOB stands for just over broke. They pay you just enough so that you don't quit, but not enough so that you can really live. I mean, you just take a look at the stats today. And this is a verified stat that the overwhelming majority, and I don't remember the exact stat, but the overwhelming majority of 50-year-olds in this country, in the USA, have less than $50,000 saved up for their retirement. The overwhelming majority of 50-year-olds have less than $50,000 saved up for their retirement. So what is it that you're going to do? Are you going to continue to work for XYZ Corporation and then retire on 65% of what you couldn't live on in the first place? Is that, let's just say we've got someone who the average person makes around $4,000 a month in the United States. So let's say 4,000 times 0.65. So you're going to go, most people are going to go from $4,000 a month to $2,600 a month, whereas inflation, the cost of living because you're getting older, everything else, that's going to continue to rise, but yet you're still going to be stuck at that $2,600. Oh yeah, I forget. Social Security, right? Is that the golden parachute that you're looking for? Here's how our retirement years are gonna differentiate from yours if you choose not to take action. Because we're building a social distribution network, because we're building teams, because our focus is building people instead of building brands, what we'll end up having is we'll have a social distribution network in the hundreds of thousands, in the tens of thousands that we get to override, because guess what? That's business. You take a look at the chains of distribution. You take a look at the manufacturer, the middleman, the regional level, the local level. It's all distribution, and because we have the ability to distribute products and services on a social level, That's where the viral nature of our marketing takes place, where it can be shared on Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and the homes and the living rooms across the nation. That right there, that right there is the future of business. It's not in some company paying some overpriced athlete millions upon millions of dollars so that they can, drink their soda or drink their Gatorade. It's in actually taking those funds and putting them back to work in the people who are actually making that company happen. And if you're smart, you're not going to be that person retiring into the golden arches when you were supposed to be enjoying your golden years. This is your opportunity to not even have to wait that long. You come in, you can literally create life-changing income in the next 3 to 6 months. In the next year, you can quite literally become free. Become free of your boss, become free of the alarm clock. I mean, it rocks. It really rocks. And the bottom line is that it's up to you. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. The choice is up to you. A year from now is going to happen. The choice is going to be yours, whether or not you're going to be at the same job, or you're going to have, or you're going to be enjoying the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your team's labor, the fruits of having plugged in and got to work in our Simple Freedom team build. And
Wow.
That's real talk, man.
Wow, real talk from John Chapman. I'm telling you, I hope you guys are writing some of the stuff down, because this is some really hardcore information that you need to kind of pick up. This entire Hangout, I think, was extremely valuable. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of it. I want to thank John Chapman for coming on our Hangout tonight, as well as Civilay. Huge asset to our team. You guys just rock. And guys, if whoever brought you to our Hangout tonight, if there's a button down there, click on it. It's going to bring you into our team. It's going to tell you a little bit more what we have to offer. Don't miss what we have. This is an amazing opportunity that's really laid out really well for you to take advantage of. These are things that not too many other companies have the opportunity to have. So let's just get out there and make it happen. Take action, guys. Be consistent. Do what it takes, because you know you're worth it. So back to you next week. The same kind of hangout we're going to have next week on Wednesday night. Thank you all for coming tonight, and we'll see you again on the next hangout. Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Ciao for now, guys.